creator of Dragon Ball, one of the most influential and best-selling Japanese comics, has died at the age of 68.
The renowned creator of the popular Japanese animated series Dragon Ball Z has passed away.
The creator of Dragon Ball and other popular anime has died.
Well, the world pays tribute to the man who influenced a new generation of pop culture and art. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, has passed away suddenly at the age of 68.
Are you all right, Colonel?
Yeah, I'm fine. Except, it's a terrible day for rain.
What do you mean? It's not raining.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so it is. Why don't we head back? It's getting chilly out here.
It's no secret that I'm into anime. If you look at my YouTube, you're bound to find some anime related content that I either covered or played a game about it. Now more than ever, its popularity simply cannot be quantified fully, as there are so many fans of different anime genres, ranging from your casual fans to your more hardcore fans who probably have watched thousands of animes and have a list of thousands more that they want to watch. When talking about anime though, I believe one stands above the rest, and one that is popular with so many cultures and people. And that anime would be none other than Dragon Ball. I do want to note that this video won't be monetized given the nature of what I'm talking about, as I want to truly give my respects to someone amazing and has influenced so many people to this day, Akira Toriyama. If you haven't heard, he unfortunately has passed away, and when I tell y'all the news of his untimely death had so many people shaken, it was genuinely the only thing I saw on my social media feeds for days, and I am still seeing things about him to this day. Akira Toriyama can be seen as the father of anime at this point, because without his influence on this piece of media, I genuinely don't believe it would have gotten as popular as it did. Of course, Dragon Ball, his biggest creation, is to thank for this. He's also known for other creations and direct influences such as Dr. Slump, Sandland, Dragon Quest, and Chrono Trigger. While those should not be discounted, especially since Arale from Dr. Slump often makes appearances and is even in a Dragon Ball video game as a character, which she's a bit OP, but I could never fully, manage her because I'm such a noob with her. But it is what it is. I will primarily be focusing on Dragon Ball within this video, as I am best able to talk about it and its monumental influence on the world and myself. I talked about this in a short of mine and a TikTok as well that I posted, but I genuinely don't think some people recognize just how widespread the influence of Dragon Ball was. Honestly, any anime and manga after the 90s, especially Shonen, has Dragon Ball to thank for its ever-growing popularity, especially with Western audiences. Many manga artists and authors like Oda from One Piece and Naruto creator Kishimoto all accredit Dragon Ball as a huge source of inspiration for the characters and story. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball, but like other shonen anime and manga, you at least have to credit Toriyama for his influence, because without it, we might not have the content we have today. Even in many Western shows and cartoons, you will find references to Dragon Ball because it simply is that beloved. Culturally, this man has genuinely united so many groups of people together. Even Omni has stated that, "You don't understand. For a lot of us without positive male role models in our life, Dragon Ball Z and anime helped shape our morals and values. As far as I'm concerned, Akira Toriyama is my dad, and anyone raised in the same vein is my brother/sister. We protect blood." Many minority groups in America love this show, and it resonates with them on a deeper level. But even in other countries, especially in Mexico, you will find many people who also love and adore Dragon Ball. You can go into many shops and restaurants in Mexico and find some sort of reference to Dragon Ball there, and when huge fights like Goku versus Jiren happen, you best believe there's a crowd eagerly watching Goku take on his next opponent. And even in very weird but very cool turn of events, it's also helped people overcome being phobic in different ways, as it's allowed them to come together with different people who might have not come together originally if it were not without Dragon Ball. And it's created so many communities of friends and like-minded individuals. It's genuinely so crazy but awesome to see this. Who would have thought that this piece of media would have had this much of an effect on people? I, for one, did, since it affected me so much in a similar way. One thing is for sure, Toriyama certainly influenced me and the person I am today. I genuinely don't believe I would be the same person I would be without Dragon Ball. I remember when I was younger and Dragon Ball had been shown on Cartoon Network, and I was instantly enthralled with the show once I saw Frieza transforming into his second form. I was so shook, I had to go look it up on the house computer when I was younger, and there is where I saw Krillin getting stabbed mercilessly with Frieza's horn and blood dripping down from his wound. As you can kind of imagine, little boyish me was instantly hooked into Dragon Ball. And that's when I knew that this was going to be something more than all of these other cartoons and all of this other things that I watched. And this is also probably where I started to love Frieza, as he is now my favorite villain ever in any media franchise. However, I think what really made me get into Dragon Ball itself was when I played Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on my Wii. Yes, the Wii. I know, what a wacky console to play this game on. But nothing gave younger me an adrenaline rush than clashing with the enemy and furiously shaking my controller and nunchucks to win the clash. I remember calling my best friend at the time, Talem, and telling him about Cell and how cool he seemed. Ever since then, the rest is history. From watching the entire OG Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT series at the home computer in nothing but my underwear and eating a large container of goldfish crackers, to now where I can enjoy Dragon Ball Super, still probably in my underwear, and playing Dragon Ball games on my channel, this series has basically had a hold on me my entire life. I still think back to when I first started playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, a mobile game that came out during my high school years, that I've been consistently playing through college and now into my adult life, and it's been probably one of the most consistent games I go back to every now and then. So now, thinking back, I genuinely have so much to be thankful for to Toriyama. Without him, I probably would have never gotten to anime, and I would have never found other anime and manga like One Piece, My Hero, Attack on Titan, and more that I enjoy to this day. I would have never probably attended cons that I enjoy going to, especially with friends, and most importantly, I probably would have never connected with certain friends and communities altogether. A good example that shows most of this is when I was in junior high school and my school hosted a gaming club that was after school. The librarian hosted it, and he had a wide assortment of manga there, like One Piece, which is when I started getting into it, as I read a lot of it there. Many of the kids also started reading manga there as well, which was a hot topic of discussion during the gaming club hours. I eventually became the president of the club the first time I held any sort of leadership role, and it's when I started to really come out of my shell because I had grown so attached to so many people there. Without the influence of Dragon Ball, I don't know if this would have happened or if it would have happened the same way. Sure, I love games, but I don't think I could have connected to people the way I did connect to them if it weren't without the influence of manga and anime to talk with them about. Looking back, it's honestly hard to not get a little teary-eyed because this man really somehow changed my life and did it so passively with this series. I honestly didn't even realize it until I started writing all of this down for my script. That's why I'm going to really miss him. It really does feel like a part of my childhood and identity died with him. However, all I know is that the rest of the content that he had an influence in, I am going to enjoy the hell out of it. Dragon Ball Daima, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Sandland, and anything else from the main series of Dragon Ball Super and beyond, I will cherish these works. I genuinely believe that Toyo Taro, the successor to the Dragon Ball series that was handpicked by Toriyama himself, will do him justice. I know he's got to be feeling a lot of things at the moment, especially the weight of carrying on such a huge legacy. So I want to be there to support him as I trust what he will do with the franchise moving forward. All we can do now is look forward to the future with Dragon Ball and remember the past, all the memories, all the emotions, everything that Toriyama did for us. I know a lot of people are still hurting, and I still am too. But I hope this gives you some comfort seeing how connected we all are because of this. Feel free to leave any of your memories of the series or what Toriyama meant to you. Not because I want the engagement for this video, but because I genuinely want to hear your stories and would also give me some comfort knowing that he impacted people just as much as me. Rest in peace, Toriyama. You were well beloved and you were an amazing man. As I said in my post, which was a reference to the OG Dragon Ball, it's been a fantastic journey that has filled history for sure. I could say so much more and talk about Dragon Ball all day, but I think for now I will leave off the video with a quote from Toriyama himself. I love girls, whether they wear glasses or not. Sorry, wrong quote. Meant to say, tackle life with as much energy as Goku. I'll try to do the same. Always be full of life, y'all. Don't give up on the things you're passionate about, and remember that we are here for each other as a community. Thank you all, and I hope you all will tackle life just as Goku would.